dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
How about it, you creep, you lunatic?
Good morning, Raider Nation, the afternoon edition. We are live. Welcome to Raiders Allegiance with yours truly, Lunatic Raider, on this live podcast. You know, there's things jumped off today already. Usually I come on at 6, but I had to take care of some things. Had to get in that bed, man. I was up all night working on some shit. So as you can see, new overlay. You know what I mean? I'm working on some shit now on this story of Jordan Vesey, the wide receiver we signed today. So let's go ahead and just shout out everybody that's in the motherfucking chat. You already know. Shout out to Richard Lyon. Man, thank you for pulling up, my brother. 2 red rings. As always, it is a pleasure to have you here on the show. Shout out to Persian Raider in the house, man. What's going on? Salute to you as well. Man, thank you guys for pulling up, man. I'm going to wait a little minute because I just sent out a whole bunch of links out on the Facebook groups. So we're just going to sit here and chop it up for a minute before we dive into the story that I woke up to. Like I said, I didn't go to bed until like about, I got tired of shit. It was like 5 a.m. I said, man, I'm just going to push the podcast back a few hours, man. I need to get some shut-eye. You know what I mean? But it's all worth it. Like I said, like they say, slow motion is better than none. You feel me? So we here, we're up, we're live. I got my nation family here. Man, we're going to dig into this Jordan Vesey, what it means. If some of you watched the Salt and Mirror podcast last night, we discussed the wide receiver position. What are the Raiders doing? Like I said, as fans, all we can do is speculate, be opinionated as far as what we think is going on, but we never know until it happened. Nobody knew shit about Jordan Vesey until after it hit the news and everybody started reporting it. And then I watched some people's videos on YouTube as well covering it. But the Raiders always have something up their sleeve so far this season, my brothers and sisters. For real. Man. Get some more people to pull up, man. Let's do this shit. Waiting for them to get the links, man. Takes a minute. I just released it as we was waiting. But we are live and direct. Now, Jordan Vesey. You know what? Let's fuck it. Let's go ahead and dive into this, man, and discuss what does this mean. Is there any implications of him signing with us? Are we plan on putting him starting? I'll break all that shit down first, but let's get a quick overview of Jordan Vesey. All right, as you see, Jordan Vesey's 26 years old, 6'3", 221 pounds. He was signed as an undrafted free agent out of California in 2018 by the Tennessee Titans. He has made many appearances on other rosters as well. Practice squad type dude. Some people may know him as being the workout buddy of Colin Kaepernick. What does this signing mean? I think it means absolutely nothing. To be honest with you, it's just they're bringing him in. He has nice size. He's only he's not a super fast guy. 4.59 is what he was clocked at his pro day coming out of college. Could be a tad bit faster, sub 4.5, because they said the conditions were wet when he did run the 40. So I don't think that they're looking to him as being that speed guy to take off the top of any defense, but he does add size, which is valuable in the red zone. Being 6'3", that's, you know what I mean? That's God-given ability. we do have other, like Mac Hollins is 6'4". We know about the tight ends, but as far as receivers go, good size, good in the red zone, good size. You know what I mean? Go up and go get the ball type size. The thing is, like I said, I think it's no more than a camp body, giving him an opportunity to try out for the and try to make the roster. Who knows? I don't read too much into this signing, but it is what it is. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, man. We got Persian in the house. Pharaoh NFL is in the house, and he's replacing Edwards. Yeah, on the bench. Shit, that's all he gonna replace, man. But I wouldn't read too much into that. I wouldn't read it too much into this. This is not somebody like, oh, we signed Jordan Vesey. Let me quit. I'm not laughing at you, Jordan. Hey, but I'm just telling you, it is what it is, bruh. They brought him in as a body, as someone. They don't get me wrong. They're giving him an opportunity, but I bet my bottom dollar that opportunity ain't that number 2 wide receiver spot. That's not what it is. But if you read between the lines, see, sometimes you got to look past the surface of things. We see him wide receiver, but the thing that it reveals to me is we are looking at wide receiver. You know what I mean? So if there's a certain wide receiver out there, OBJ, and excuse me, and that's a target of theirs, then hey, Jordan Vesey could fill the void as far as the depth at that wide receiver position, just until we get our hands on, if there is somebody, OBJ, somebody that we're into. Damn, I don't know what's going on. If there is somebody we got our eyes on, just to fill the void until we get the services of that one particular individual, whoever it might be, OBJ. And man, it is what it is. You feel me? No, Ziegler. Hey, Ziegler will not quit. He will not quit at all. You know he's going. But that's what you do as a front office. I remember as a kid, there was a saying for you to understand, to remember the pecking order of being good to being your best. And this is exactly how Ziegler does the team. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good gets better and your better gets best. And that's exactly, I remember that as a kid, that this is what Ziegler's doing. You're good, you can get better, but you want to be at your best. So he's going to scour lift under every rock, every rug. He's going to look behind every corner. And if something's there that has the potential of helping this team, he's on it. He's on it. So maybe Jordan Vesey is potentially something that can help this team. And it doesn't mean only starting. That's not the only thing that can help this team as a starting wide receiver. You can help this team with your depth. You know what I mean? Rotation. It might be a specific set of skills that he has, that he brings to the Raiders. You know what I mean? So his height, you know what I mean? That's one. Like I said, our Achilles heel last year was the red zone, hands down. And I see that this front office is doing everything within their power to fix that. And just to break that down, and I think they have, fixed it, but it's only by what it says on the paper as far as what the new additions are. But this is what they did to fix the red zone so far. So far, last year, out of all 32 teams in the NFL, the teams with the best red zone efficiency, the bet teams, this is the team ranking of the best red zone efficiency. Josh McDaniels' offense with the Patriots last year was ranked 9th. So they were 9th in the league overall in red zone efficiency, right? So we brought him and Ziegler over to the Raiders to run the team. So that's one area you can correct it, is the overall offense, the scheme. Now we need the pieces to go ahead and improve the red zone efficiency. So, with that being said, out of all the wide receivers in the league, right, we got the number 3 most efficient wide receiver in the NFL in the red zone. Devonte Adams was ranked 3rd amongst all wide receivers, not just wide receivers, but period players. The most efficient players in the NFL in the red zone, Devonte Adams was ranked 3rd. So we got the 3rd best player efficiency in the red zone and the 9th best offense in the red zone. Come on now. That sounds like a cure to me. You know what I mean? Then you go get wide receivers such as Mac Hollins, 6'4". Now you add in Jordan Vesey. Not saying that he's going to make the team, but I'm just giving you an idea of the pieces that Ziegler is looking at. See, sometimes we got to look past who the individual it is and go past the surface and see exactly what the receiver and what the mold that he fits. What mold does Jordan Vesey fits? He fits a nice, tall, physical a wide receiver. You know what I mean? 6'3", 221. That is solid. That's big enough to go ahead and fight off fucking corners and tall enough 50-50 balls. Cause what? Isn't how tall is Waller? Waller's what, 6'5", 6'6"? So this guy is only like 3 inches shorter, wide receiver. Hey, I see what they're doing. Because that was the red zone was the thing that kept us from a lot of wins last year. We had the offense to be able to drive the field, but as soon as we get down in the red zone, it was like settle for 3. And you can't not win games with field goals unless it's the last fucking score in the game to win it at you know what I mean, at regulation or overtime or whatnot, whatever. But you need touchdowns. And to get touchdowns, you must utilize your players and be efficient in the red zone. That is a given. It's not a discussion. It's not a debate. It's facts. You must produce touchdowns when you get within that 20 yards in the red zone. There's no exception. We can't just keep relying on our fucking kickers. That's not fucking smart. We have to go in there and punch the ball in to the end zone. So Raiders went out and this is how you fix the problem. You get top 5 efficient wide receiver and top 10 efficient offense, and you combine them. Look what you got. And I was asking people before, I'm like, you remember when New England had Randy Moss, how explosive that offense looked? You know what I mean? Just having that fucking deep threat, right? And I said, now look at that offense with us. And instead of Moss, you got Devonte Adams. And then, you know, some people might think that Devonte Adams is not a deep threat. Bullshit. Bless you. Hell no. He's a deep threat. He's a deep threat. Because his route running is so impeccable. It's like, if he gets past his man, is night-night. You know what I mean? He gets good separation, great hands. Routes is like to precision, you know what I mean? So he's going to find a way to get open. And if he gets past the defense, it's bye. And hopefully we can provide the run game to force teams to either stack the box or use help against our receivers. But either way it goes, we're going to get you. You're going to have to choose what it is you want to defend. You want to defend the pass or you want to defend the run game? That's why I'm hoping with the run game. I know Josh Jacobs, they took away his 5th year. He has to ball out this year. Like I said, I like Josh Jacobs, but I see in the grand vision of everything that they also got to worry about salaries. They got to worry about money. You know what I mean? If they keep Josh Jacobs, how much is it going to cost? And whatever that price is that money going to be taken from an extension from somewhere else? Or is it going to take money from a potential free agent signing? There's a lot of factors that go into it. And that's another thing that you figure, like these June 1st release. All these June 1st release are all based on money. It's money. They're not, if it wasn't money, and it was talent, you don't have to designate them post June 1st. because it's not about the money. But every June 1st thing is about money because it pushes the money over from off this cap this year and it pushes it down the road. So that's what your post June 1st releases does. It frees up money on your cap this season, but you only can designate 2. That's ahead of time. You know what I mean? But that money doesn't come off the cap until June 2nd. Now you can release other players after the fact. You know what I mean? But yeah, June 1st releases are financial decisions. Financial decisions. How else do you think we got 20 fucking million coming in June? 20 million off of 2 players is what we're getting for the June 1st designations. You know what I mean? So it's all money related. But yeah, man. Hey, I'm seeing what they're after. There's multiple things. You know what I mean? It's not just height. I think they want, if they can get height and speed, I think that'll be a perfect combination of a wide receiver to fit that wide receiver 2 spot. Perfect. Height and speed. If you can get a fast ass 6'3" wide receiver, that'd be a perfect compliment. For real. What the fuck?
I didn't understand that.
Yeah, nobody was talking to you. Yeah, that's what I see us doing, is definitely going after size and going after what you call it, facts. Gruden wasn't getting it done. He wasn't. Gruden wasn't getting it done at all. McDaniels was partly brought in for that. Hey, I'm already knowing. Because under Gruden, we struggled out of his reigns when it came to the red zone. You know what I mean? We have, like I said, I'm gonna keep beating the fucking table over and over again until I bust some shit, either in my hand or the table. But we need picture this last year. If we were truly real efficient in the red zone, and I want to see this in the chat, what you guys think. If we were really efficient last year in the red zone, here's a 2-part question. How many points per game do you think we could have averaged if we were efficient, just alone, efficient in the red zone? That's one question. The second question is, how many more wins would that have given us? So how many points per game would we averaged with a better red zone attack? And how many more games will we been awarded win-wise if our efficiency was up to par? You know what I mean? I'm telling you the shit, man. Hey, speed would be good too, but to be able to have speed and some height, come on, that's a nice little, you know what I mean? Because then you're multifaceted as a wide receiver. You could do more than just take the top off of a defense. You can go 50-50. You know what I mean? Because most likely if you're running like the wind and you're 6'3", 6'4", I'm pretty sure your verticals in the high 30s, maybe 40s. So 50-50 balls should be solid. You know what I mean? Wingspan, your trajectory as far as your catch range, it expands. You know what I mean? So I would love the combo. Will you find one? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows out there? Who knows what these teams are about to release? Because we only got a week left. And you're going to start seeing names being released. Because, like I said, you only get 2 post-June releases, designations before the fact. But after the fact, you're going to see names coming off. These teams going to start shedding this weight. And I'm telling you, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So whatever that team might get rid of is because they might be too deep and don't need them, but it might be something that we need. So that's why I said, don't always pay attention to how this player performed with other teams, because everybody's situation is different. Different offenses, different coaches, all that shit is different. Different complementary pieces around you. No run game. You know, there's all kind of factors that go ahead and makes and gives it, well, actually presents itself to a wide receiver to be able to be productive. There's all kind of factors that got to be included in that. You know what I mean? It has to be included in that. So don't always read into what they did at other teams. It's somewhat of a measurement tool. You can gauge, you know, because basically everything is on potential. Because what we do with Littleton, We gauged him by what he did at Rams. But with us was a whole different. It wasn't the same situation that he had with the Rams when he came to us. That's why he bombed. You know what I mean? So like I said, every situation presents itself differently. You know what I mean? And that's factuals right there. The Levitt release. Hey, there's gonna be some surprises though. That's why I said this free agent shit is not over, not by far. It is not over. There's like I said, in my eyes, there's two more waves of free agents. That one is June 1st. A lot of teams are gonna start releasing people, getting rid of money, and that's financial. Then you're gonna have in August when teams have to cut down from 90 to 53. That's a lot of players getting cut. But like I said, some teams might be deeper at some positions than others. So when this team decides to get rid of maybe a linebacker, a right tackle, a defensive tackle, it might be they're already got their depth chart and their starters and shit already. You know what I mean? Now, that's not saying the guys getting released is not good. It's just there's no room for them. You know what I mean? So they release them. So teams that need that position can scoop right in and be like, hey, come on over here. We got a contract for you. We'll give you a 1 year prove it. If you pan out, hey, we'll talk. We'll discuss a new contract next year after the season. That's what you're going to get in August. Because you got to figure you're going from 90 players on your team to 53 within 3 weeks. Within 3 weeks. We just get 4 weeks because of the Hall of Fame game, but now it's down to 3 preseason games. You got 3 weeks to do all your analysis on the players that's on your team and start making cuts every week. I think you got to go from 90 to 85 and then to such and such. And then by the time you get to the end of preseason, you must be down to 53 on the active roster. And that's a lot of players you have to get rid of. That's what, 37 players are going to get cut from every team. 37 players are going to get cut from every team. So you mean to tell me out of 37 out of every team, there's not going to be some good names out there that can come in and produce for you? That's why I said this shit ain't over. And Ziegler's he's gonna scour that shit. That motherfucker gonna go through with a fine-tooth comb and find something that can be useful to us and cost effective. That's another thing. Being cost effective under the cap. For real. Yes, Lunatic is alive. Hey man, I ain't gonna lie. I was tired of shit. It was getting ready to get down close to showtime at 6 this morning, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be on here, man, just fucking dead to the world. But nope, I'm refreshed. I have resurrected. The zombie is here. The zombie is here. But yeah, man, we're just going over the wide receiver situation. As you know, we signed Jordan Vesey. Was undrafted out of the University of California, Berkeley in 2018, was picked up by the Tennessee Titans. Being undrafted that year, he has multi teams. I said multi teams. Hey, put it like this. He got around. He, like I said, 2018, he was with the Tennessee Titans. Also that same year, Jacksonville Jaguars. Also, the 2019 was the Colts. The Steelers also 2019. The Buffalo Bills in 2019. The Washington Commanders 2019 to 2020. And the Houston Texans as most recent 2021. But a lot of those previous stops were all either all season and practice squad stops. So production, not really anything there. But like I said, you never know depending on the situation that you put a player in. If you give him the right coaching, you give him the right system, you give him the right pieces that's around him, he can prosper. Like I said, our number 2 wide receiver spot, I don't think it's fucking gonna matter who get it. You know what I mean? And I'll say this again, because for the fact that you're coming into a situation, number 2 wide receiver, that is, you're coming into a situation where we know what kind of offense we got. We know who our offensive play caller is, who the head coach is. We know who our number 1 wide receiver is. When was the last time we had a true number 1 wide receiver? I'll wait. A true number 1. Not somebody we just threw in that position, but who was a true number 1 receiver that the Raiders had? Now, Ruggs was developing into that, but we know the end of his story. He didn't become that yet. You know what I mean? I go far back as saying, fuck Crabtree. That was Carr's go-to in 2016. When it came down to critical situations, red zone especially, Carr to Crabtree is always what you've seen. And one thing that solidified that opinion was the fact that back in 2016, you remember we started the season again, it was the Saints. And you remember that and Cooper was on the team as well. But you remember against the Saints, it came down to it where we scored a touchdown, and rather than go for the extra point and tie, we went for the 2-point conversion and win. You remember that we kept getting penalties against the Saints for pass interference in the end zone? Guess who those pass interferences came against? It was always Crabtree. I remember Crabtree to the right, penalty. They was on his ass. Crabtree to the left, penalty. They was on his ass. I think he had 3 penalties in the end zone that Carr kept going back to Crabtree. That just lets you know that was his number 1. That was his number 1. Last year, it was Zay. Zay was, but Zay's not a true number 1. Zay's not even a number 1 with Jacksonville. You know what I mean? He's not even the number 1 there. He got 10 mil, but that wasn't the big catch that Jacksonville got at wide receiver. You know what I mean? So we just put Zay in the number 1. He produced though, but like against Cincinnati in the playoffs, who did Carr go to critical in the red zone? He went to Zay because that was his number 1. Not saying that he's a legit number. Now he got Devonte Adams, though. So just imagine, put us against Cincinnati again. Last play, tied up to go to overtime. We're in the red zone, and you have Devonte Adams to throw to this time. How much of a boost to your confidence is that? You see? It's all differences, man. It's all differences out there for real. Oh, you said Moss was the last true number 1? I think Crabtree was a solid number 1. You can count on him when you went to him. That's one thing about Crabtree. You could count on him. You know what I mean? You could count on him. He may not have been the fastest dude or whatnot, but Crabtree was solid. He was very solid. And Farrell, you're right. That's what Zay was. But at the time, who else would we have put out there? You know what I mean? Who else did we have? We didn't have shit. We didn't have shit last year. You know what I mean? We lost receivers. Edwards wasn't consistent. Zay is the only thing that we had. And it's like now is like night and day. Between last year and this year, look at our wide receiving core now. You know what I mean? You got your wide receiving core, your depth is like, man, come on. DeMarcus Robinson, Mac Hollins, you know what I mean? Keelan Cole. You got some good depth. That's why I'm assuming. I don't think none of them is number 2 wide receiver that they got. I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm just trying to guess what these guys are doing in the front office. And OBJ could be hey, but I need to know his injury report. And the only thing that makes sense is if you do go after OBJ and he does have to miss half the season, is he willing to take half the salary? You know what I mean? Is he willing to take half the salary for missing half the season? If he gets paid accordingly to his availability to this team, I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't want him eating up salary that in the meantime, we can use to fill the gap until he come. But I'm knowing this, going over his tape and just imagining OBJ with Devonte Adams, that would be one of the most sickest 1-2 combinations at wide receiver in the NFL. Hands down. Those two together, and they said that it was Devonte Adams recruiting OBJ to Green Bay to play with him. But OBJ chose to go to Cleveland. Was that it? I think that was it. Devonte Adams wanted OBJ with him in Green Bay. OBJ said, no. Now we revisit the scenario of this happening. It could happen again. Not saying it will, but it could happen again. But a healthy OBJ, because look what OBJ was doing for the Rams before he got hurt. That motherfucker, boy, I tell you. Yeah, they complement each other, but I still, at that time, even though we consider Crabtree to be a good number 2, he was our number 1 because that was Carr's go-to. Cooper wasn't the Cooper that went off to Dallas and got the bag and didn't produce. Well, yes, he was. He was inconsistent. And him too, I remember Carr yelling at him like running the wrong route. I remember Cooper running the wrong route in the fucking end zone. I remember that shit. And Carr was like, man, I told you to go this way. This motherfucker go this way. And I think that's where they threw an interception or something happened. But I remember Carr, that early stages of Cooper's career, Carr was on him. You know what I mean? Because, hey, Cooper sometimes is lazy, man. Let's call it like we see it. I seen Cooper quit on plays. I remember against Miami, going deep. There was 2 defenders on him, but if he would have just kept running, he could have caught that ball. Could have been a touchdown. He let up. The defender kept going and intercepted the ball. Come on, man. You can't half-ass play. If you're going to play, you got to play hard every fucking play. I tell my son the same shit. You go out there and you bust your ass all game long and have a motor that don't stop and just keep going. The coach is going to fuck with you more than you fuck with the dude with the talent, but only plays half the time as far as the effort he gives. I'm telling you, effort goes a long way. And that's why Cooper, I think that's one of the reasons why it was easy to ship him out. Because if Cooper was a solid number 1, ain't nobody trading him. Unless that player doesn't want to be there. Like Devonte Adams didn't want to be with Green Bay. So he hop, skipped, and jumped his way up out of Green Bay and came to LV. Which, hey, I'm thankful for that shit, for real. Hey, Farrell, you want to come up on you want to pull up on here real quick? You know, I'm here. I can I'll send you the link on IG, okay? If you want to pull up. If not, it's good. It's good. Let me go ahead and let me do this shit real quick one time. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Good Morning Raider Nation, the afternoon edition. This is your host speaking, Lunatic Raider. We are coming live and direct out of Las Vegas, Nevada. You think that voice? Hey, wait till you hear my porno voice. Oh shit! Hold on. Okay, hold on, Farrell. I'm about to send this shit to you real quick. One time. Let me see. Let's invite the homeboy Farrell. Yeah, I like Farrell, man. Farrell, hey, guys, go subscribe to Farrell NFL, man. That's one of the solid guys, man. I really respect and like his content. I'm glad he's back. I'm glad you're back, Farrell. Damn it, Farrell, I'm glad you're back. Oh my God. It's just not the same without you, man. All right, let's go ahead and I swear they be making me do so much shit. All right, Farrell. I just sent you the link. I just sent you the link in the chat. Let me get rid of this shit real quick. So if you want to pull it up, it is okay to do so, man. It's okay to do so. Yeah, hey, Farrell's solid, man. That's one, like I said. Hey, Farrell's all right with me. All right with me. You know what I mean? He all right with me, man. Shit. So what you guys got going on this weekend, man? What's the deal with y'all? Because you know, like, it don't be no Raider news until it's Raider news. That's just the way it go with this regime. I like it, though. It's kind of like you wake up Christmas morning, you see shit wrapped up, you got to unwrap it to see what the fuck it is. That's the Raiders. We got to wait until the shit happens to find out what the hell's going on. Man, hey, they keep shit under wraps. Boy, do they keep shit under wraps. It's been a long time since we had a front office and whatnot that really keep shit to the chest and don't let shit be known. You know what I mean? Like I said, all we can do as fans is speculate. We could try to guess how things are gonna unwind and end up. But at the end of the day, we're guessing. We're guessing. We don't know shit until Ziegler and them say, I would like to announce that the Raiders have signed OBJ to a 1-year deal worth we'll disclose the rest of the money later. Thank you. Hey, you ever hear Ziegler talk? Ziegler like monotone. I remember when they was calling up the draft picks. It's different. It's a night and day difference between John Gruden calling you, hey man, you want to be a Raider? You know, and then Ziegler like, hey, how's it going? This is Dave Ziegler with the Raiders. We're gonna select you, man. Where you at right now? With your family? Okay, you go ahead and celebrate with your family, and we'll call you later. And man, welcome to the Raiders. that's Ziegler, dude. That should be. Hey, I'm like, motherfucker, be on the phone going, oh, Ziegler, hey Ziegler, how's it going? You gonna draft me? Okay, that motherfucker to talk you to sleep for real. He said clap cheeks all weekend and watch the NBA playoffs. Damn, Cash Lord. Hey, handle your business. Handle your motherfucking business. I ain't mad at you one bit. Not one bit. Man. Yeah, Cash Lord is a fool. Shit. Oh, man. Yes, on this Friday. On this wonderful Friday. Here with the nation. Yes, indeedy. It's got to be some more news going down, dude. I kind of figured when we traded Edwards and let go of Trey Turner, I think his name is, the wide receiver. And I was like, because Trey Turner was the receiver, the undrafted, that we had to give more guaranteed money to get him away from Minnesota. And we ended up letting him go before he even hit the field. So I was like, okay, well, if they did that shit, you trade away Edwards, you let Trey go, there's got to be, that's 2 wide receivers gone. There's got to be somebody on your radar, somebody you're watching. And I wasn't Jordan Vesey. I wasn't expecting that shit. I didn't even know who the fuck Jordan Vesey was. That's how irrelevant. I ain't gonna say he's irrelevant. That's how much of body of work he did not have. That shit. You the only highlights he got was like with Cal. You know what I mean? In college. That's the only highlights you're gonna find of Jordan Vesey. You know, but I think there's gonna be enough. I think something else is going down, dude. Like my boy SC Experience say, there's definitely something brewing. There's definitely something brewing. And what I need to know is, what exactly is our head count on the roster? I know August we're not even by August yet, but what is our head count on the roster? Because usually you probably want to keep it around 90, not even give or take. Just under 90 by a couple of heads, maybe. But hey, Keelan Cole is solid. I went back and watched Keelan Cole's tape, and I tell everybody this shit. Matter of fact, fuck it. We're gonna watch his shit now. Watch what I tell you. Watch how good this guy is with his foot placement. His awareness on the field is very impressive and has a few similarities as a Crabtree. That's one thing about Crabtree I was impressed with was his hand catches and keeping his feet in bounds. You remember, man, Crabtree always did that shit, man. Crabtree was always solid with keeping his feet in bounds and catching the ball and not catching it against his fucking pads. I hate when motherfucking receivers do that shit. You know how easy it is for that shit to just bounce off? Man, you gotta secure the ball. Secure with your hand. Keelan Cole highlights. Yeah, we're gonna do Keelan Cole. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I mean. What's the one that I wanted to Keelan Cole? Because Cole, even in 2020 with Jacksonville, he had a 143-yard game. Matter of fact, let's go look at that game. Let's look at the game that Keelan Cole had. And then I can show you better than I can tell you his foot placement and his catching ability. Let's go ahead and mute this shit. I don't want to play that shit loud. Damn. Come on. Come on, you son of a bitch. There you go. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to check out Keelan Cole. Because I think it's going to be between Keelan Cole and Demarcus Robinson that's going to compete for that number 2 wide receiver spot. I really believe that. All right. Let me pause that real quick. Let me go ahead and pull this shit up. You dig? All right. So this is Keelan Cole's highlight. Fuck it, I'll play the volume. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. You don't need the volume. So this is Keelan Cole. His big he had 143 yards that game. And let's just pay attention to watch his hand placement and watch his feet, like sideline catches and shit. The dude is tremendous. Let me stop talking. Let's go. Look at him. Boom. Turn it up. Now look at the sideline is his friend. The side, he really knows his good field awareness. You know what I mean? He's a side. Hey, it's going to be a nice competition between him and Demarcus Robinson for real. We'll check out and you figure he had Minshew throwing to him. He didn't have Carr throwing to him. But he kept going to him. He was reliable that game. Shit, 143 yards receiving. That means he has potential for big play game. You know what I mean? He has that potential to be able to give you a big game. Oh, let me bring my guy Farrell on real quick. Hold on. Let me pause this real quick, you guys. Got my guy backstage, man. He pulled up on us, man. What's good, my brother?
What's going on, Lunatic? And salute to the chat. What's going on with everybody? Man, it's always a good day to talk football, Raider football.
Yes,
I know you looking at Keelan Cole's is okay. He had a huge day. Okay.
Just seeing like even with one game that's this big, he has that kind of game in him. I just want to see. I never really watched this, the highlights of this, so this is my first time checking them out. But I want to see exactly what did he do to be able to give you that kind of production. So that's all I'm going over. I'm going over the way he, his route running, his catches. I already know about the way he keeps his feet in bounds, but he's a sideline type. That's his friend. The sideline is his friend. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it on, but we could talk as we go because I got it muted. But
right, see a little bit of his game.
Man.
Okay.
Like he might not be the fastest guy, but he's solid. But I wonder, like, in the right system with the right pieces around him, just picture him as a number 2. Would this be, you know what I mean?
Well, when you got Devonte Adams, man, I'm not gonna lie, like, and
I
Renfro and Waller, you could just like you said yesterday. I mean, we spoke about this yesterday. You can literally put anybody in there. My thing is that, hey, I'm not looking for a superstar at number 2. If we get a superstar at number 2, oh shit, that'd be perfect. In a perfect world, that would be amazing. But guess what? We don't have to.
Nope.
Because we got so many stars, we got so many mouths to feed on offense. I feel like a speedy complement would be perfect.
Exactly.
A motherfucker that's gonna run deep routes.
That's what
you know Devonte Adams is gonna get his everywhere on the field, but he's more of a route runner. True number 1. And then obviously we all know Renfro's game. We all know Waller's game. I just feel like what's missing in this offense is a guy that he's gonna take the top out that defense. And you mentioned earlier on the show, you said that there's some possibilities that players are gonna get dropped. Hopefully the right player gets dropped. I mean, maybe Aguilar, but I know recently he had an interview with the Patriots. I don't know. It was like an interview. It made it seem like he's here. He's going to be here long term. He's going to be there long term with that team. But you never know, man, because this NFL is a shady business. So, because I think Sultan last night was talking about how the Raiders they made like a video about him, a documentary about his journey to the NFL, and then now he's traded. You know what I'm saying? Now he's gone. So it is what it is, man. It's a cold world. It's a cold business.
Yeah, that true. But I mean, it could have been. We don't know what went on behind the curtain. You know what I mean with the Edwards trade, and like I was saying, sometimes you get instances where teams call about one player, and then the team that you're asking about, the player of, they pop them and say, well, he's not available, but what about such and such? Because I told people that's exactly how we got Richard Seymour. We called New England for Wilford. They told us Wilford is not available. But how about they offered Seymour to us? You know what I mean? So sometimes you get shit that wasn't the intentions, but that's how it came out. You know what I mean? So maybe at the beginning was, we're going to stick with him and see what we can do with our staff. But it's kind of hard if a team pops up and say, hey, we'll give you a 5 for him, give us him and a 7. You know what I mean? And I know the middle of the draft is, and I said this year, that's your meat and potatoes.
I don't know if that was a deal with Edwards though. I feel like with Edwards, they were looking to upgrade from that position. They weren't comfortable with that position at all. That number 2 spot. I mean, and hey, can you blame them? I mean, because what we haven't really seen too much from Edwards. It's kind of been a little bit of here, a little bit of that, but nothing too consistent from him. And on top of that, like, he doesn't really compliment. I don't know if he compliments the receiving core or the receivers that are going to be actually getting on the field, like Adams. I don't know if his game complements Adams, but I don't know if you want to put 2 guys like that really are not that speedy. They're not known for their speed. I don't know if you want that on the field at the same time. But at the same, if he was productive, that this would be a whole different conversation. So I think it was just a matter of like, you know what? We don't really believe in it. I just don't think they believed in the talent as much as we do. As fans, like, you know what I mean? Obviously, when he came out, the draft, we're like, oh, damn, this dude is a prototypical, like his size, his athleticism that we didn't really see too much. I mean, a lot of Raider fans like to point to that Baltimore game, but that was just like one game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a catch here and there. It was just too inconsistent. And guess what? Dave Z and McDaniels agreed because he's on a rookie deal, y'all. Like, he's on a cheap contract, and we're bringing in receivers and paying him about the same, if not more, than Edwards. So I'm thinking like, okay, they must think this guy's not that good. So they're like, you know what? Why don't we just sell him high when his value is going to be at the highest? Because it's only in their mind, they feel like the ball's not going to go to him. And if the ball's not going to go to him, and then you try to trade him next offseason when he has his numbers are probably going to be trash, then what? Are we really going to get get anything for him? Nah, like they're gonna be like, oh well, he didn't do anything his third year in the league. He was too inconsistent. They're gonna be waiting for him to get released. You know what I'm saying?
See, but my thing is, if you knew from the get-go that Edwards wasn't going to be there and you were planning on moving him if you could, why we did not address the wide receiver spot in the draft?
That's my thing. That's what I was like thinking. Like, this is how they really felt.
Yeah.
Like, actions speak louder than words, right? So if you're trading a guy, and I know you said the opportunity presents itself, but this is how they really felt about him. They're like, hey, we'll trade him for a bag of chips if it's available. That means they thought so lowly of him, because it's not like they traded him for like a second round pick or a first round pick. That's a whole different story. They actually traded him for like a fifth round pick, and they traded their seventh round pick.
And they had to add a 7 to it. Yeah, so they had to boost his worth. Damn. They added a 7 to boost his worth to a 5th.
Exactly.
Fuck,
so I'm like,
what he was ranked at, what, a 6th round pick? That was his value? Because the 7 pushes up another round?
I hope he has a great career. I know John Gruden, I could hear him already. He's talking about he's TO this and TO that and all that type of stuff. Damn, you comparing him to TO, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people are like,
he was going by the physique, not the production. Because if he was anything near TO, he produced. That's one thing you can say about TO produced. Everywhere he went, he produced. You know,
I know, and then one of the things I hate about Edwards, and I mentioned it in the chat too, and it was he's similar to Cooper in this way. His body language. I just hate the body language. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I don't want to be here. Top vibe. I'm just like, come on, bro. Like, and Cooper, you know what? To be fair, one of his best friends on the team, you know what I'm saying, is going through a whole lot right now. He's obviously that Ruggs situation. That last year was a crazy season.
Yes.
We're gonna look back years later and be like, you remember that 2020 season when Ruggs went to, you know what I'm saying, when Ruggs did what he did, and then Gruden gets fired, and we still made the playoffs. We
went crazy on Instagram. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We might have to delete that motherfucking year from the memory bank for real.
Yeah. So Edwards is going to he's going to Atlanta. So we'll see what he does. Hopefully he kills it. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish nothing bad on any player, but I'm just stating facts. Like, he didn't really do anything, and they didn't believe in him. Dave Z. McDaniel's like, nah, we're cool. And it says a lot because they're looking for a receiver now. They're looking for, like, look at all the guys that we picked up at receiver. Cole, Robinson, who's another guy? Hollins.
Mac Hollins. Yep.
Mac Hollins.
Now you add Jordan Vesey.
There you go. I know they added like Justin Hall. Trey Turner got cut though. Turner was another pickup. And I know you mentioned OBJ might be a possibility. Is Julio still available? I don't know if that would be, but a lot of these guys, man, like a lot of these veteran free agents, I like them a lot. The talent, I'm not questioning the talent. Because these motherfuckers get hurt.
That's like the whole thing. The availability part of it. You know, you can't produce without being on the field.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I said, a healthy OBJ, I would love that. He has the speed to be him and Devonte.
Yeah.
But I mean, when will he be available? And if you do try to sign him half a season, are you giving him a full season's worth of pay?
Yeah.
Or are you going to be like, look, we're going to pay you this because you're only going to give us this many, you know what I mean? This many games. If they do something like that, I can dig that one. I'm fine with that. Pay him for what his availability will be, but don't give him $10 million and he only playing 4 or 5 games. That's my issue. Now you give him like $5 million for 4 or 5 games and then postseason, possibilities. Hey, 4 or 5 million, take that shit and run with it. But if he's asking, give me 10, and then you just wait until I get healthy and come back. Nah.
And I don't know when OBJ is gonna. I don't know when OBJ is gonna actually be.
I don't know either.
Available.
I haven't heard any updates.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things that I think his market's probably not going to happen until maybe a little bit later in the summer, maybe training camp, maybe who knows? Because it's money at the end of the day. They're not just going to
Yep.
give away money unless he wants to come in for peanuts. Then yeah, hey, come through. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
We'll put you on the PUP or whatever
yeah.
whatever,
The pup list,
whatever
yeah.
that shit's called. You know what I'm
Physically
saying?
unable to perform.
Or injury doesn't designate the injury to
Well,
return.
you're on IR for over so many weeks you can miss and then come back.
That's
Now,
probably
yeah.
you know what I mean, something
I
like
forgot
that.
about
But
that shit.
yeah, so that being said, when we're looking at the options, that's why it makes it kind of head scratching, maybe a little bit like, damn, they didn't really go after wide receiver, but we only had a limited amount of picks. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And I did like the pickups in the draft. Maybe you can question the running back, but they felt like they needed to get a running back without a doubt. For them to draft the guy out of Georgia, they felt like they needed to get him based off like the talent they had on the field, and on top of that, like some of the guys are going to be leaving after the season's over, so they needed some insurance policy because you know how the Patriots move. They play chess, not checkers. You know what I'm saying? They're making moves before they have to make a move.
Yeah.
So
and just like Zamir White, he serviced you in a couple of different ways. For one, he'll be a better third back than Rashard was.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you that shit. And then you're like you said, and then potentially the loss of running backs that we might, come into, he could step right in with a year under his belt and hit the ground running. Same system.
Yeah.
He's just the guy now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's all by committee. I don't think
Right.
there's going to be a 30, 35 carries a game type running back. Those days are gone. You want to preserve your runners, so they're going to go by committee. And so that explains why they went out and got these two running backs in the draft. Because I think Bolden is the only one under contract after this year.
Yeah. Yeah, Bolden, and then is he the only running back that's
the only one under contract after this season?
Wow. Yeah.
So
okay.
that's why
Zamir White now.
Well, I'm not counting the rookies. I'm saying as far as that's why we went out and drafted him and Brown. Britton Brown and him, because and the way that when they interviewed Ziegler and them, they were basically not just Ziegler but McDaniels also. They made it be known that every running back they're there for a certain situation. You don't use the same running back for everything. This is their philosophy.
Yeah.
So that's why they got different, because Britton Brown and Zamir White are not the same type of running backs at all. But they play a position at certain needs that they, for certain situations. So that's why it has to be by committee. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
So
No, it make a lot of the things that they're doing, it's kind of giving you clues on what type of team this is going to be. So like, for example, like you mentioned that we got all these running backs. They're going to be running the ball by committee. It's not going to be let's give the ball to Josh Jacobs and for like 30 times until he breaks his fucking body and then he's out for like a few weeks. Nah, Jacobs is probably going to be more healthy than he's ever been this season, just because that he's not going to take a lot of beating like he did in the past. You know what I'm saying? So like they're going to do a running back by committee, and that you can see by their actions speak louder than words, right? So they drafted like 2 running backs. Obviously because, like you mentioned, there's only 1 running back under contract after next season. So it makes a whole lot of sense when you look at it from that standpoint. And then when you look at the receiver position, I seen somewhere where they're talking, it was like a percentage that the Patriots offense, which is coached up by McDaniels, a guy that's going to be coaching our offense, best believe he's going to be influencing the offense on our team. That's why he was brought in.
Yep.
They didn't run a lot of 3 wide receiver sets. You know what I'm saying? So the need for like maybe a more productive wide receiver at, is not as big. You know what I mean? Because obviously our best options are literally Devonte Adams, Hunter Renfrow, and Waller. And after that, it's a toss up. Maybe Moreau is going to be in those 2 tight end packages.
Yeah.
I know they got some tight end. I think they got an undrafted free agent tight end, or we all know Patriots, they love tight ends. So my point is that depending on how the offense is designed, it's going to influence the players on the field.
Yeah, because I think they grabbed the tight end. Didn't they grab a tight end from the Patriots as well? I know they signed somebody free agent.
Oh, the fullback? Are you talking about the fullback?
No. There was a tight end we grabbed also. And I remember I was like, since we do a lot of two tight end sets, it makes sense to go ahead and have depth at the tight end position. Not necessarily star quality depth, but we got
Right.
Waller, but you need depth because there's going to be a lot of blocking and shit like that with it. So I forgot who it was that we signed. Damn. But I know it was a tight end. So there's tight ends in the mix. It's not just Waller and fucking Moreau. We got other ones there as well.
Yeah.
How they're gonna pan out, we'll see.
So hey, at the end of the day, we're nitpicking. You know what I mean? When we talk about the receiver position, we're kind of nitpicking at the end of the day, but obviously they're going to have their own offense. If you're telling me that they're going to run a lot of 2 wide receiver sets, the 2 best receivers on the roster is going to be Hunter Renfrow and Devonte Adams, and then you got you got Waller, and then they're probably going to put Moreau in there, depending on who they feel is going to be the best tight end in that spot, that second tight end spot. So then it kind of makes sense a little bit. So maybe the need for receiver is not as big, but they are bringing a lot of receivers in. That means that there's a lot of competition at that position.
Hey, Richard Lyon, did they sign are you talking about today they signed a tight end? You said a speedy tight end? I'm not even checking the let me know in the chat. Did they sign one today? Shit, that's crazy if we're sitting here talking tight ends and they just signed one. I gotta check though,
it makes sense. So like usually that's what teams do. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when they're trying to figure out a position, they throw a lot of players at that position and let the best man win.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Competition brings out the best.
Exactly.
That's why, I'm so glad we got the depth we have because, like I said, even at that number 2 wide receiver with just the receivers we have, I cannot wait for preseason. I said this shit yesterday because to see the fucking competition between those guys to try to get that one spot is going to be tremendous because these dudes are capable of getting out there and performing. They may not be on the same level as Devonte Adams, but they can be on the level as being a nice complimentary piece to him. Let me see what he said.
Right. No, I get that 100%, man. And I think the Raiders need to max out this roster as much as possible because, man, that Charger team is no joke.
I'm
know
knowing.
what I'm saying?
I'm knowing.
It's just the talent level. It's just they got it. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously we can't count out. Like I said, yesterday when I spoke to you, we were like, hey, we can't count out KC just because for the obvious reasons. You know what I'm saying? For Mahomes and Andy Reid.
Yes, division games. It doesn't even if those teams weren't good, it's division games hit different than a regular, you know what I mean, outside of the division. You play each other twice.
Yeah.
So you get a chance to adjust and face somebody again. I'm telling you, it's a whole different beast.
Yeah. But you know how like every time the season starts, we learn something new. Something crazy happens. A team that we thought was going to be good, they're underperforming. A team gets hurt, they get injured. So there's a lot of like moving, there's a lot of variables, you know what I'm saying? A lot of moving pieces. At the end of the day, like we don't know. But on paper right now, it's just like, damn, like AFC right now is tough. AFC West might be the toughest division in football. So like if that's the case, then we got to nitpick. We got to nitpick. Every little thing is going to be an advantage. It's going to be a huge impact on this team.
Everything under a microscope. You got to analyze everything to the fullest because that might be the difference between win and losses. You know what I mean? So, hey, for real, we got to nitpick. We can't just accept anything. This is not that Raider team no more, where we just grab whatever was out there because we needed it rather than getting the right pieces that fit what you're doing. We were so depleted as far as depth last year. It's like we was out there scrounging. You know what I mean?
Cash Lord is saying the Chargers got holes at linebacker. I don't know, man.
The Chargers?
I don't know, man. Is one of their linebackers Khalil Mack? I don't know if that's a hole.
Now I know
you can make a hole on somebody.
The injury issue with the defense that they have. Hey, that's going to be there.
It's
true. Know what I mean? So we'll see how they handle the situation of injuries because that's what hit them last year.
I think next year, what's going to make us special has to make us special. It has to have a huge impact on this team is coaching. Coaching has to be, because that's the thing that we were so excited about. But even before we made all these moves, we're like, damn, we got good decision makers on this team. You know what I'm saying? We got guys who've coached up other teams, other defenses and offenses, and it just, I mean, obviously with McDaniels and Patrick Graham and even some of the position coaches. I even like that running back coach that they got from Minnesota. But I forgot his name.
I know you talk about, isn't that
dude coached up Dalvin Cook in Minnesota, man. That dude, he's a good coach.
The uncle of Palomalu isn't he the running back coach?
Yeah, he's nice, man. So I'm expecting big things from the running back room this year. Last year, if you remember, we didn't have a running back coach. The guy that's coaching in the USFL or whatever league that you want to call it, he left us before the season started. You know what I mean? Like he retired.
We never replaced him,
and we never replaced him. So I think when you lead, when there's a void in leadership, there might be a lack of accountability with some of the players. Maybe Josh Jacobs, maybe that's probably one of the reasons why he was missing holes. Because I remember that was an issue earlier in the season. He wasn't trusting the O-line, and sometimes having a coach keeps you accountable and like to let you know, like, hey, you're fucking up. Yeah, so I don't know what the situation was with the coaching. You know what I mean? I'm not a NFL coach, but I just know that we were missing a running back coach last year. And I think this year, to be honest with you, who's our tight end coach? I don't think we have a tight end coach. That's now that I think about it.
I don't think we do either. I don't think they ever I'm gonna check, god dang it. We're gonna find this shit out. Cause god dang it, come on, man. Yeah, I don't think we ever picked up a tight end coach. Because I remember waiting to see like who's the tight end coach. I think they might have just lumped them all under you think Edgar Bennett is under wide receivers and tight ends? You think that might be the thing?
I know he's a wide receivers coach, but
yeah, are they lumping them together?
And some of the coaches have experience. I remember looking up their background, and some of the coaches that coach other positions and other parts of the team, they have experience coaching up tight ends. So maybe they're looking at it from like, hey, we don't really have to, put any resources to bring someone in because we can coach it up from afar. But
because that's basically. That's why I said I wasn't really too much concerned on the defense with the defensive line and the linebackers, because I'm knowing Patrick Graham has that background being a linebacker and a defensive line coach before becoming a defensive defensive coordinator. So I wasn't like, oh shit, who's our defensive line coach? Patrick Graham, just like I'm not worried about the play calling because Josh McDaniels is going to be doing that shit. So, right. It's not even it's like a second thought now. Like, okay, it's in good hands.
Right.
It's in good hands.
Right. Now, and hey, Cash Lord, man, hey, if it's a weakness, McDaniels is going to be, he's going to be game planning. He's going to be game planning. And that's what that goes back to my original point. I feel like this team has to be special partly because of the coaching staff. I know we're talking about Devonte Adams and Waller and but all that won't matter unless our offensive coaches, our coaching staff, even our defensive coaching staff is not on point. I think that's what makes us special in this division. It's not because we don't have the best quarterback. We don't have we might have the best receiver, but we don't have the best defense. We don't have the best offensive line. You know what I mean? And we don't have the most talented team in the division. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, hey, what's going to make us different from all the other teams is our coaching staff. It has to be. Shout out to Egalitarian 207, man. What's up, my brother?
Yeah, we don't have a tight end coach.
You think J.C. Jackson is getting cooked, Cash Lord? Hey, I hope so. Shit, Devonte Adams.
Hey, for real.
Hey,
for real,
shit.
Though.
I hope so. Shit, I'm not even gonna. But hey, on paper right now, the Chargers got better. They got better, and they're already a more talented team than us. And obviously, we beat them. We took care of business. But then they added a Khalil Mack and a J.C. Jackson, and they added some guys in the draft that I like too. You know what I mean? And that O-line is strong. They got a strong O-line. You know what I'm saying? And our weakness, I would say, if we were to look at our team, you could point to our O-line. You know what I'm saying? You can make an argument and be like, hey, the Raiders O-line is not that strong. You know what I mean? And we're going to go against Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack twice a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But let's see.
What the fuck I just do?
So that's why running the ball is going to be huge with this team. If we can run that ball, at least that could keep teams off balance because we don't have Our O-line is still developing. We're a young O-line. They're going to be implementing a new system. So I just feel like, man, if we can run that motherfucking ball, we all know that Derek Carr, he's good when he has that play action at his disposal. Because he's not going to be, you know what I'm saying? You know, we all know DC's not going to be one of those, oh, he made a miss. You know, he rolls out to the right. He's not going to be doing that. His game is Peyton Manning-esque. Like, I'm going to be cerebral. I'm going to look at the defense. I'm going to call the right play. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's his game. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's been plenty of great quarterbacks that have been good like that. I just feel like people kind of get caught up in the, you know, in the hype as far as like, you know what I'm saying? Like those quarterbacks that like to extend the plays, because that's today's day and age quarterback. They like
the real mobile, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
With the run game, no, I expect the run game to do tremendous this year, and this is why. See, and I'm looking at how they're building the offense, and it's like they're forcing defenses to not stack the box with the receiving core. You cannot afford to stack the box against our offense. So that means our running game should be, you know what I mean? Bam, bam, depending on the offensive line, but it should be bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
Because as soon as they make that mistake and bring in help in the box and leave our receivers man to man, somebody's getting, like he said, J.C. Jackson getting cooked by himself against an Adams.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm excited. I want to see what McDaniel has up his sleeve. Like that. Right I know preseason is months away, but I just want to see, like, you know what I mean? I know a lot of people kind of been saying, I've seen a little bit of a preview of their offense, possibly because they run a lot of like choice routes. So it's going to be a lot of that. And I feel like that fits perfectly with a guy like Waller and obviously Renfro. And then, damn, you give Devonte Adams choice routes. Like, what the fuck are you going to do? Like, you don't know. He's just going to – but it's a tough offense. So it might be a transition to begin with. Then our defense, too, as well. Like, we gotta be prepared for that. It's going to be a transition. And then right off the bat, we're going to fucking play the fucking Chargers first game of the season. See, I got a whole lot of energy right now because I didn't – you know, I've been missing out of action. So I didn't have the schedule you know, breakdown and, you know, all that type of shit. So
yeah,
hold on 1 second, my bad, bro.
Shit, what I was gonna say, man. Fuck. That's what happens when you get old, man. You start forgetting shit. Damn, I was getting ready to elaborate on some shit.
My bad. I'm over here talking a lot, man. I know I'm losing your train of thought, man. My bad, bro.
I'm up here trying to read the chats too.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody that's out there, man. Appreciate each and every one of you, Cash Lord. You already know.
Sir.
Richard Lyons, you
my
already
guy,
know.
Richard always showing love, man. That's a good dude.
Indeed. For real. That's my guy.
Said he's Peyton Manning, but faster. I don't want to say he's 100% Peyton Manning because Peyton Manning was goddamn that dude. He was you see how big his head is. His big.
I was getting ready to say that shit.
You know how big Peyton Manning's head. That should tell you a little bit about his game.
Brainiac. He is a brainiac.
Bro, he would be Brainiac for sure. Like if he was a character from one of these fucking superheroes, like he would be Brainiac. Like big old fucking head. Just
I use him as my analogy when I tell people, I said, height don't matter at quarterback if a motherfucker 6'3" or 6'5". I said, look at Peyton Manning. That motherfucker got like 5 inches of head and his eye level is the same of a motherfucker that's 6'2". Fuck that height.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. That motherfucker got dome.
Yeah. And then Drew, you hear about Drew. I know this is off in the Raider football, but you heard about Drew Brees possibly coming back. That dude need to give it up, man. Like his ass is not gonna do shit. And you know what's funny? The reason why he's thinking about coming back is because the Saints low-key made some moves.
On defense and offense, yeah.
And defense and offense. They got some receivers. So he's like, oh, Mike Thomas, his number one receiver, is coming back. You know what I'm saying? Along with one of the top receivers in the draft that they grabbed. And I think they got another receiver too, as well. Like I think another pickup. But that being said, like they're doing something good over there. I'm not a big believer in Jameis Winston, but he's over here saying like I'm thinking about coming back, bro. Sit your ass down, man.
Yeah,
like
you're not Tom Brady trying to do a Tom Brady
because his arm is shot. Like his arm, I don't know if you've seen him pass that 1 year when I seen him like throw the ball around. It was just like, damn. It was almost as bad as as my boy, not even my boy, but Roethlisberger from
Shout out to
Pittsburgh.
We the People, man. Hey, what's up with you, We the People? Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate that.
What's going
Hey,
on, brother?
if this is anybody that's watching, if this is your first time pulling up, please do me a solid. Subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and also do the same for Farrell NFL. He also has a channel too. Do the same thing. Let's spread this Raider love. Let's make this nation one, because that's what we are. One nation.
Facts.
But
100%. 100%.
man, and see, here's the dilemma though, because I know when we get this is what I was gonna say. I don't think what we're expecting Josh McDaniels to run offensively is what is gonna happen. I don't, because we're only gauging by what he did with the Patriots. And I think when you have different personnel, then it opens up more what you can do offensively. And I think that if you look at like the only thing we can kind of go back into time and look at the Patriots when they had key positions with excellent talent. You know what I mean? Whether it was Randy Moss and I tell people that I said, look, you remember the offense in New England with Randy Moss? How did that offense look to you? They went undefeated. I said, now imagine that same offense, but you switch Moss out for Devonte Adams.
Right. And one of the things that I'm excited about McDaniels is because he's done it different types of ways.
Exactly.
Based off the players that he has on the roster. So I'm like, he's going to come into this team. This is, he has experience with tight ends and receivers and yada, yada, yada. But this is a different team that has a different skill set. And he's not going to be like, oh, we're going to run my system my way. No, he's going to run his system, but he's also going to incorporate their talents. Like, what are they good at? What is Waller good at? What is his game? And he's going to incorporate that in the offense. Same thing with Renfro. Same thing with obviously Devonte Adams, true number one receiver on it. Like, bro, like I be honest with you, like I'm keeping that shit inside, but in my back of my head, I'm like, God damn, we gonna watch Devonte Adams every Sunday.
Man.
You know what I mean? And Derek Carr, like, Derek Carr is gonna be throwing it. We're gonna see a version of Derek Carr we haven't even seen yet. We haven't even seen this version of Derek Carr.
I'm already knowing. I'm knowing, and it's gonna cause complications for defenses. Because like I know Gronkowski was good, and Aaron Hernandez was good with the Patriots, but they didn't have the God-given ability that Darren Waller has.
Right.
They didn't have that speed, that athleticism. Not that, you know what I mean? I think probably Hernandez was close to it, but as far as what Waller, man, and Josh McDaniels, I'll just imagine him watering at the mouth like, oh my God, I got Devonte Adams. And you could put Renfro with any slot in the league right now. You can pretty much, ability-wise, put him on that same fucking level. Same level. He can give you the same shit. Cause he's like, man, I love when they be saying Jack on third and Renfro, jackpot. Hey, jackpot for real.
Hey man, I know this is a little just because you brought it up, man. They need to replace the commentator for the Raiders, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
He's a legend.
I know, man, but he's not.
Vegas is known for.
I want a fresh voice. If it ain't Greg Papa, give me a more fresher voice. I want it a more passionate, like, because like to me the best commentators are the ones that's really passionate. Like you could, you know what I'm saying? The ones that you're listening to the game. Oh my God, like they're going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I love that. Greg Papa had that. It felt like when you listen to Greg Papa, he cared about the Raiders.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He cared about, he built relationships with Al Davis, and he always had his stories, and then, obviously his call, like to me, he's one of I grew up on Greg Papa, but obviously
touchdown Raiders. Hey, I'm already knowing. Can be or man, I used to, man, come on now.
You know how many games got blacked out? You know what I'm saying? Man, I had to listen to fucking games on the radio.
You gotta have a radio. I remember I used to have to be at work on Sundays, and I'm like, shit, I'm listening to that shit for real.
You know what I'm saying? Like y'all don't know about this, man. If y'all don't know, I'm not saying that y'all don't know, but I just remember growing up, bro. Like damn, like Raiders, they had their times where they struggled, and like if we didn't fill the stadium to capacity, the NFL wouldn't show the game. Locally, so I'm like, and I'm a big Raider fan, so I'm like, fuck, I gotta know what the fuck is happening during this game. So I find out, like, they obviously got Greg Papa like calling the game, and this is where I'm hearing this dude, and the way he was calling the game, it was perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like for a Raider fan, it was perfect. Obviously, the legendary Bill King but I didn't really grow
Oh,
I grew
yeah,
up on them.
old school.
Holy
80s school.
Toledo, you know what I'm saying? If y'all
With the
NFL
80s, yep.
classics,
Yeah.
we all know about him. But I just don't feel like this commentator for the Raiders. I know he got the jackpot rating. I no diss to him. He did his thing. You know, he had a great career as a commentator for college. That's where I remember him from. It's college. I just feel like they need a fresh voice. Give me Greg Papa or a fresh voice. Because I ain't gonna lie. Come on, bro. This motherfucker went to the Niners. Come on, man.
I know.
Come on.
I know.
Fucking 49ers. Just
Man,
why didn't you
on,
just
bro.
go to like Jacksonville or something, like go to Florida or something like that? Miami Dolphins commentator or something, like something random. But damn, the fucking 49ers.
Everybody, I understood. When you come to Vegas, it's a show. So
Right.
you had to go Brent Musburger. That's the name everybody remembers. Just it's kind of like what's the dude out here in Vegas that did all these shows and he announced our pick when he picked I can't remember his name, singer dude. He old for real too though, but they keep bringing him around. But he is Vegas. I'm pretty sure if Elvis was still alive, that motherfucker be calling picks too for us.
I mean, Mussenberger, whatever his name is. I mean, like I just don't.
Brent Musburger.
Yeah,
He's been around for years. I think he's in the 70s or 80s, to be honest with you.
Come on, and that I feel like so it's coming soon. It's coming. They gonna replace him soon.
I didn't want to say that shit. I stayed away. I stayed away from that shit.
You know what I'm saying? But
I'm
saying he's getting older. What I'm saying is he's getting older. I'm not trying to like put that
in the tooth.
Yeah, like he's getting older. Yeah, I don't know if y'all seen him because I seen him like get interviewed by Peter King or one of the NFL guys, and I was looking at him. I was like, damn, bro, like damn, Mark Davis must have hated Greg Papa to replace him.
Hey, look, hey, that's why they make Brent Musburger just a voice and not a face of the Raiders. Because he still got his faculties. He still sounds the same, but when you see him, it's like,
nah, he's probably a good dude. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it real. Like we need a fresh voice.
Yeah.
Bring back fucking Greg Papa. Greg Papa needs to burn everything Niner related, and then he has to like go on TV and just be like, I was kidnapped by the Niner organization, and then the Raider Nation will accept you. We'll bring you back.
They tied me up and put me down under the bleachers in Levi Stadium. I couldn't leave.
Are you going to any games next year? Are you planning to go to any games next year?
I'm going to be at every game, every home game, but definitely I know I'm doing the preseason. I got to get in there early to see this shit. So I'm definitely looking at Minnesota and especially the New England game on that Friday night, because that's the last game you get for cuts.
And I remember speaking to you in Vegas, and you were telling me about some of your, future plans, possibly what you got going on.
That's starting this year.
Okay.
And I'm starting with the preseason game. It's already, you don't have to keep it on the wraps. I didn't already announced the shit, but everything is full forward with that shit. So
I like that, man. That's pretty smooth because you out there, man. You got the access, so it makes sense. It makes sense, a whole lot of sense. And then speaking of the 49ers, god damn, you know what I'm saying? Fucking January 1st, New Year's Day.
And the
what
tickets
the fuck? I might have to do what I got to do to be up there, man. I have to make something happen. I'm gonna have to.
What I might do is because I know the tickets are sky high for that game.
I mean, I might need to talk to some maid guys. You know what I'm saying? I might have to. You know what I mean?
I might host a game, a New Year's at the house. So if you're interested, we can do that shit.
I'm gonna have to figure something out because that day it's gonna be a fun game.
You want to be here that weekend, period. New Year's Eve on, you know what I mean? Saturday, and then Sunday we just, you know what I mean? I might put something together. It's
gonna be a good game because we all know the NFC West, AFC West is a competitive division for both of them. So that game at that time of year is gonna be probably pretty big because that might tell us where we're gonna be seating wise. Who's going to win the division? Who is going to make the playoffs as a wild card? Because the Rams and the 49ers play on the same division, and they're both good teams to me. You know what I'm saying? The Niners, though, their quarterback situation, I don't know.
That is suspect because I'm hearing out of their camp that what Trey Lance, that's the quarterback.
Yeah,
they're not impressed.
Damn.
So you might have to go back and revisit with Garoppolo coming off of surgery. But yeah, the news coming out of there is they are not really impressed with him.
And you got to know that he's trash. Like this is a good sign to say that this guy is trash, just because Garoppolo is a backup quarterback. Can we just say that just with confidence with your chest?
Yes,
Garoppolo, Jimmy G is a good backup QB. He is not like. And I don't want to take anything away from him because
shout out Michael Guerrero, man. Thank you for pulling up, bro.
Salute to Mike G, man. Yes, Mike G in the building. What's going on, brother?
Yes,
I haven't seen or talked to you in a minute, man. Hope all is well with you. Hey, Cash Lord, facts, man. We're all gonna link up, man. It was fun being in Vegas and linking up, obviously, with my boy Lunatic over here, and then obviously all other Raider fans and people in the chat. I put faces to people in the chat. You know what I mean? So, hey, it'd be dope if we in the future we definitely can link up and go to a game and I know Rated Tape says something about like we should probably pick a game and like black out a section. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's on the road and just like, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's like, LA or some shit like that, an LA game.
I might try to make that one too, the opening. So
the opener? Is that in LA or it's in LA? It's in LA.
Chargers in LA, week 1.
Another Raiders home game.
Man,
Another
Raiders home game.
You know
that shit gonna be blacked out. Shit. Yeah, man. They got options on the table. We got some good games this year. Like I said, I'm not the one to fear away from or shy away from competition and people look at the schedule and be like, oh, they said we're the 7th hardest. But I don't care. That's gonna show us what kind of team we have. You keep playing these little bottom of the bottom of the barrel ass teams, you're not going to really show what kind of team you are. This is going to show us, so we'll know if we're contenders or pretenders getting through the schedule. Especially if we come out the first 5 games 5-0 going into the bye, that means we're 3-0 in the division, 4-0 in the conference, just within the first 5 games of the season.
Yeah,
that's a feat that we have to go ahead and set our sights on.
It's gonna be definitely a tone setter, but the Chargers are gonna be like, we want our revenge. Their energy is gonna be supremely high because we
not
took
the
them
same
out.
Raider team either. You know what I mean? This ain't the same team either. What you faced last year is not what you're facing this year. And on the first game, you have no game film on it because I know in the preseason we're running everything vanilla.
I'm just saying. I'm just looking at it from the other side, like from the Chargers' perspective. I'm sure that they circled this game. This is their game. This is like, because come on, think about it. If I was a Raider fan, right, and the Chargers took us out of playoffs, I'd be like, God damn, fuck these motherfuckers, man.
No,
I couldn't wait for this game. This is the game I'm circling on the schedule. Like, we gotta beat these. We gotta make a point. We gotta.
They don't know what to expect though. We do. They're running the same offense and defense.
It's true.
They added a couple of more pieces, but they still running the same scheme. They don't know what the fuck we doing. They're guessing. Or they're gonna run what they did in New England. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure that's what we're running?
Yeah.
You didn't face Devonte Adams.
Yeah.
Chandler Jones. You didn't face these guys in this scheme.
Yeah.
So now, in the first game of the season, that means there is no game tape of the players we have in this new system. You have to play it off the cuff. And by then, the score is 30-14, game over. You know what I mean? By the time you figure it out, I'm telling you, we got them at a distance. Thank God it's the first game of the season.
Yeah.
Any other game, then they got game film previous games and be like, okay, this is what they're doing. Right. But now, the first game of the season, you're just going to have to find out. Hey, Chargers, you're going to have to find out what the fuck we're going to bring to the table. You know what I mean? You're not going to know. Preseason ain't going to help you. We're going to be so vanilla. We're just going to run basic offense and defense because we're trying to see our depth. We're not looking at the people that's going to be starters in the preseason. Yeah. We're looking at who's going to back the starters up. See, we're in a whole different predicament than others. You know, some teams going to look at the preseason like, okay, we got this starting position and that position open. Who's going to win out the position and get the starting job? We pretty much know who our starters are.
Yeah. And
but who's the backup?
And 2 Red Rings says that we just released Sutton Smith. It's not
What?
it's not big news, but
No. Was it because of signing Jordan P or Vesey? That roster spot? Is that what you think that was correlating with each other?
Well, Sutton Smith is a fullback.
No, but I'm saying just a spot on the roster, period. Because we wasn't going with 2 fullbacks.
I think we can carry 90 players into training camp.
Where are we at though?
I don't think where are we at 90? I mean, I don't know if anybody in the chat can confirm that.
I ain't count that high. Shit.
But I think fullback is definitely going to be used in this offense.
Yeah,
but I think we all know who the starter is. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
not a backup though.
Yeah, but we're not going to carry a backup fullback. Yeah. It's just there's too many other positions
Johnson,
that's more.
Jacob
valuable.
Johnson is our fullback.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's solid too. That's a solid ass. Hey, we sat here and thought about they're letting Alec Ingo go, but Jacob Johnson, that's a whole nother type of fullback, boy.
He's more of a heavy hitter blocker.
Yes,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Fear, none.
Yeah,
that's why I said the run game. Hey, we should be okay.
Yeah, and that's McDaniels' guy. That's McDaniels' guy from the Patriots, so he knows him well. So you know what I mean. Alec Ingo was more of like he was just a utility guy. Like he could do a lot of different things. He could block, he could receive, he could, but he got paid. Shit, Miami Dolphins, they paid him.
2 Red Rings did say it was a corresponding move. So when we did sign Jordan, just a roster spot. So we might be at that 90 point.
That's possible. Yeah. But
like I said, that's a lot of fucking men on a team that 90, you got to cut down to 53. That's drastic. That's why I said we should be able to come out of this. Now, and I know everybody's focusing June 1st, 2nd, with the money and who do we go after and what's available. But like I said, after that, you got August when teams have to cut down to 53. There are going to be some quality ass players released because a lot of these teams are deep at a position where good players are going to be released because they're already filled. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So
that's true.
That's
true.
A level. And then also we got to look at who do we release in August to get down to 53. It's always surprise cuts. Always.
You know what? It's a good question, and I can't really think of the answer right now, top of my head. But what was a guy that we picked up during training camp? We picked him up from another team, and he was a contributor to the Raiders. And I'm sure there was a player, but I know what you're saying. Obviously during training camp they cut down the roster, and players are going to get cut, and that's when teams will kind of like pick up some of the players that feel like they can fit on the team. So I'm thinking, like, who did we pick up that was cut by another team during training camp, and they were contributing to this team?
Shit,
you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure.
I got to look into that one because I don't know.
That's a $100 question right now. And anybody know that question? The answer, Lunatic is about to send you $100 for the answer.
Shit, Monopoly money. I give you 100 of Monopoly money. I got a whole bunch of that shit.
What's going on, Raiders down yonder, man? What's going on with you, brother?
What's up with it?
Pulling up.
Man, for real.
Yeah, man. But...
Hey, shit. When did we get Gerald McCoy?
McCoy was a guy that we picked up in the offseason. We picked him up
early in the offseason.
Yeah, like at some point in the offseason last year, and then he got hurt, and he was looking good too.
Yes,
he was looking good, and he still wanna play with the Raiders.
Hey, you never know. Like I said, you never know.
He's saying all the right things, so I think that might be maybe a down the road pickup, maybe possibly just to see what he got. Let's see what he got left in the tank. Just see if he can be part of that rotation.
All it takes is one person to underperform or get injured. And shit like that, it changes real fast. You know what I mean?
Someone said, Cashor says Will Compton. Will Compton was a guy that we constantly just cut and pick up.
Yeah, cut and pick up.
He's a funny dude. He's doing big things over there with his podcast. Funny dude. But
he said he good enough to fuck but not marry. I went cold with that one. Let me quit, y'all. We got Hefe K. Hey, we got a Hefe KC in the house. Hey, thank you for pulling up, bruh.
Hefe KC in the building, man.
I know you from the other side. It's good.
I seen him for the first time. I forgot what show he pulled up on. You actually pulled up. I think it was. It was Unfiltered Truth. I seen you on Unfiltered Truth.
Hey, okay. 2 rings. We got Waller. We claimed him off the practice squad of Baltimore. So he was on Baltimore's practice squad, and we swooped. See, if you can get a player off of another team's practice squad if you add them to your 53-man roster. And that's what we did. Because they said Gruden and them seen him out there practicing, and they said, hey, you really need to come see this guy. And we seen Baltimore practicing, and we scooped in and grabbed him. So that's how we got Waller.
Yeah, Waller was more of an in-season acquisition.
Yeah.
And then, like, I remember when we got him, he had a couple of plays where I was just, he's kind of fast.
Yeah.
For a tight end, you know what I'm saying? But it was the following year. His breakout year, his actual breakout year was the year that we was supposed to have Antonio Brown, and then we were hearing all types of good things about Waller killing it in training camp. Because I'm not gonna lie, usually when a player is killing it in training camp, that's a good sign that they're gonna be killing it, throughout the season. You know what I'm saying? So unless your name is Brian Edwards. That motherfucker. God damn. I ain't see shit from him. Hold
on. Hey, there's other players in the Raider history that looked damn good. Workout warriors. You remember I'm gonna tell you, was it Bruce Campbell, offensive lineman? Yoked up, hell of a, and end up where'd he go? He went to the Canadian Football League because he didn't pan out in the NFL.
That was an Al Davis pickup right there.
Oh my God,
Al Davis special.
Bruce, I was excited. I was like, oh shit, we got Bruce Campbell. That motherfucker cut up. He about to put shit. It didn't work out that way.
You too funny, bro. He said KJ Wright, Josh Jacobs need a race. I want to see who's faster. Damn.
Now you can look at it. Is that a diss towards Jacobs being slow or KJ Wright being fast? Damn.
But we all know it's basically Josh Jacobs is not the fastest running back.
We already know.
But side to side, he's explosive though. You know what I'm saying? Like he got a little burst to him. You know what I mean? It's it is what it is.
Zamir White, I'm gonna say Zamir White gonna end up getting that fucking starting job, dude. I'm calling it. Because with a 4-4 even 40, and then here's go something, and y'all gonna laugh at this shit that's gonna sound bad, but you gotta just look at it from my point of view, how I see this. Have you ever seen Zamir White? You see what he look like? Okay, this is gonna sound like I'm clowning, but I'm not. It's gonna work in his factor. Now listen, before y'all start cracking up. You see how wide his eyes are? So his think about it. Field of view. Because if you ever watch him run, he got good fucking vision. But his eyes are falling apart. But I'm thinking, hey, birds' eyes are on the side of their heads too, and they got good ass vision.
You talking about he got fish eyes? Fish eyes.
He like, hey, you must know that show Lilo and Stitch. What's the alien name was? Stitch? Was the alien Stitch?
Hey, lunatic, bro, you be clowning, man.
No, I'm for real. I'm not clowning, dude, because I know his background, I know his history with the cleft lip and palate, but that ain't got shit to do with his eyes, though. But his eyes, hey, if you look at his eyes, they're far apart, and I'm just incorporating that into that's an asset. He got good field vision. He runs the same way.
That is part of his game. And Richard said Travis Kuntz was the undrafted free agent that we picked up.
Oh,
he was tight end. Tight end.
Oh, Travis Kuntz. Okay, I know exactly who you're talking about. We picked him up a few days ago, wasn't it? Yes. Okay. So I mean, will he make the team? We'll see. That's all the part of competition.
Florida boy says that he's not going to be breaking tackles like Jacobs.
He does break tackles. Watch his tape. This is the one thing that he's known. Let me I'm gonna bring something up now. See, now y'all got me.
Damn, he's about to show some highlights.
No, I ain't gonna do. We can do some highlights, but I got other shit too though that I never brought to the table.
Okay.
Because I I be slow trying to learn how to share shit on here, man.
When you got Maurice Jones-Drew and running backs like that, comparing them to fucking Adrian Peterson, I think that's what Adrian Peterson was one of the guys that they're really high on him. They really think that he's one of the best running backs. Hey man, if you comparing him to that, that's high praise. That's high praise. And Maurice Jones-Drew is a great running back in himself. Like if y'all don't remember for him from the Jaguars, we remember. But the funny thing is when he came to the Raiders, he didn't really do shit because he was at the end of his career, bro. But there was a funny ass highlight with Maurice Jones-Drew. I don't know if anybody can remember it, where he got flipped upside down and he fumbled. Y'all remember that shit? It was hella funny, bro. It was just like, damn, man, this is what it's come down to. Maurice Jones, just hang it up, bro. Just hang it up. It was kind of funny. Y'all remember that? Maurice Jones-Drew was a running play. He was playing for the Raiders, and this motherfucker got flipped upside down and he fumbled. It was just so funny. Like, I wish I could like find it. I'm gonna see if I can find that shit. It's hilarious.
Let me see.
Yeah, Richard. Yup. You remember that? That shit was hilarious.
Richard remember?
Richard remembers. See, he a real one.
Oh shit.
He remember that shit. I was like, damn, that dude. He need to hang it up. Hang it up.
Yeah, it was over.
It was over by then.
It was over for real.
Oh yeah, it was in London. It was a game in London.
The London game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck, let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, where the fuck is this damn shit?
Let me see if I can find this shit. Y'all gonna be shit like that. I don't know why it just have me in tears. It's kind of like it's like a butt fumble moment.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking, like embarrassing football moments, like when you get flipped upside down in football.
Right to the ass of his, for real. Sanchez, Mark Sanchez, right, with the Jets.
Yeah.
The butt fumble.
Let me see if I can find this highlight.
This shit, man.
Maurice, are you looking up? Zamir White?
Well, I got a card I did on him, and I highlighted his positives of because I was trying to figure out what I did was I was doing a show where I went through all of our draft picks, but then I looked at the next two draft picks behind them at the same position. And I was trying to understand why Ziegler drafted who we drafted over the other two that was drafted behind us. Some of them looked like that we were grabbing them before the next team grabbed them. And then other ones had attributes that I'm trying to see exactly what we're building on defense and offense. So what are they looking at in players that made them go draft them, whether they moved up and drafted them or selected them at their spot? But I was comparing them to the next two positions, or not positions, but next two players that were drafted at the same position. Since we had an option of picking either one of them. Yeah. I was trying. Why did we get a move up and get a Zamir White? Why did we get a Neil Farrell Jr.? You know, that's what I was trying to break down, because they're not going to tell us shit.
Hey, I'm about to let's see if I can post this link. Can I share this link? Let me see.
Go ahead. Can you do it on your end?
Does it give me that ability? Oh yeah. Hold on 1 second. I think if I click this.
Yeah, you did. You shared before, didn't you?
Share screen. Oh, yep. Okay. Window. Let's see. Chrome tab. Yes. All right. Let me. Can you see it? I think you got to click on it though.
Yeah, you popped it up. I'm bam.
You see it?
Yeah.
I'm about to press play. Just watch this shit.
What? Oh, why the screen out? Can you hit the lower right hand corner?
Completed his first 7 throws of this game.
Hold on. My computer right now.
Oh, the ball kicked back to Carr.
Hold on.
Still put up the.
Can you see it?
It ain't playing. Oh, it's not playing.
Somehow,
it's like
the ball came out of the hole, Drew, and
stop it and playing.
Was it this play? I think it was something. It was something more.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. Let's see if this play.
Was it this one? Hold on.
He kicked it into the air, right into the arms of
He
Carr.
kicked it in the air.
Quentin Coples gets in the
Fuck.
backfield.
Nah, it wasn't that
before
one. It
he
wasn't
can
this
be
one.
blocked.
It wasn't that one?
Pulling
What? Oh yeah, he
offensive
kicked
lineman
it. He
Howard.
bicycle kicked. Oh, okay.
About that.
Yeah, nah, it was
Hard right
something
spot.
different. He got fuck. It was something crazy. No, it wasn't this one. Was it this one? Richard, was it this one? Let me get back to the chat.
See Richard say in the chat.
He just kicked it. No, that was
Yeah,
kind of goofy.
it was lagging for real.
No, the butt fumble. Hey, the butt fumble was definitely more embarrassing for sure. That was like that will never leave Sanchez. Like 100%. Yeah, it's lagging, but my bad. But yeah, man, we got a lot to look forward to, man. We got a lot to look forward to. Let's see. What you looking up right now? You looking up the Zamir White?
I'm gonna do his highlight real quick. Just so you can see what kind of runner he is.
Okay. Yeah,
And
man.
I'm just,
Zamir is nice. He has some talent for sure. And what makes me confident. So this is what makes me confident with some of these players that they get is because already we're confident about the coaching staff. So we already believe in the coaching staff. We already believe in guys like McDaniels. We already believe in guys like Patrick Graham and I know we mentioned the running back coach. So I know the running back coach is going to try to coach up Zamir White, but either way, it's going to be a running back by committee at the end of the day. So,
yep. All right, I'm about to bring his shit up real quick. All right.
In the game for Auburn, they go under center I formation, hand it off to the fullback who goes over the top, and it looks like got in. It's a touchdown for Georgia. In the dirt. And I love it. Quick snap, quick hitter.
Take your opportunities. The run game complements
okay, a little red zone option.
This time they will go to the ground.
And see yards after contact is another thing too.
Yeah. No, that's part of his game. He's a physical running back. He's a physical running back for sure.
Been labeled a game manager. He is not managing. He is dominating right now in the first half.
Hey, Richard, was it the Patriots?
Early touchdown.
Bro, it was hilarious the way he flipped up in the air. I was like, damn. That's something that I probably look like that if I played NFL. It's probably flip me upside down. Like, god damn, bro.
59 and has done an excellent job. Zamir White.
And then the one thing about Zamir White, if he gets past that second level, he's gone.
Yeah.
But
no, that's
drags the
definitely
pocket.
something that I value in a running back is that long speed. I like that.
Yes. To take it to the
Because,
house. Exactly.
Bro,
And
like
that's,
you need that.
Look at
Having that in your offense is huge.
that.
Like,
that motherfucker, he got good fucking vision.
yeah. I don't think we've had a running back with long speed, explosive long speed since McFadden.
McFadden? Yeah.
McFadden, maybe we say Murray. Murray, I know
Murray was, he was fast too though.
He had that 90-yard touchdown, low key.
Yeah.
He had that 90-yard touchdown.
He for as big as he was, he ran upright.
Okay.
He gets positive gains.
Yeah. Hey, but that being said, I think Jacobs is gonna have a big year. I think
he
Jacobs
has to have a big year.
He's gonna show out. He's gonna show out.
Look at this shit. Look at that play. That's the kind of shit right there. Like I said, he can do everything Jacobs can do, but he's faster. That's how I look at it. Look at this run. Miss. Then watch him cut back in. He got good fucking vision. He got that Lilo and Stitch vision.
Britton Brain resembles Latavius Murray because he runs upright, huh? The fact that they run upright.
That's how Murray ran.
That's the one thing. That's one thing about Murray
now,
I didn't like. Is that
that's what can do. You know what I mean? And Josh Jacobs did it on short field too. But what was Josh Jacobs 40 coming out of college?
Like a 4.6.
It was 4.6.
Let me make sure though.
Look at that cutback.
It wasn't 4.5. Was it 4.5? No, it wasn't 4.5. Josh Jacobs 40.
Got about 5, 1st and 10.
Yeah, I like Zamir. I wasn't.
This is Zamir.
I was hoping we went because I was looking at a running back that can also catch, like
Yeah,
Rashad
it was,
White out of Arizona State.
Mid 4.6.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
and see that's on the look at this dude. When you got your eyes on the side of your head,
yeah,
you are unstoppable.
Yeah, he's cool, man. I like him, man. It was nice. It was a nice pickup.
Now,
but would you have gotten a speedy receiver? Like let's say if they're both Zamir White and let's say a speedy option were on the board, and you both value them. Like you obviously they value Zamir White. Let's not he's breaking into the house. He's gone.
Look, and he's not even running. It don't even look like he runs hard.
Yeah, usually that's how you know when players are fast. It don't even look like they're running.
It's like with ease. Look at this shit. And watch his vision. This dude, I'm telling you. Through that, boom, there you go. He gone. After he gets, it's over. Now,
hey, y'all chill.
Caught.
Hey, man, y'all got to chill in the chat. I see y'all talking shit, but come on, man.
Yeah, for real. I do not play that shit, you guys.
Come on, FAKC, man. We love you when you come through, but you know what I'm saying? Because it's always good to have a different side of an opinion, different.
Yeah,
but,
don't.
Hey, FA, you know what I mean? Cash Lord, man, you're a good dude too as well, man. Come on, man.
It's cool if y'all just clown around, but if y'all get into some serious shit, hey.
Keep it football. Keep it football. Hey, yeah, just talk about football. Roast the football teams. I ain't tripping, but don't make it personal. Don't make it personal.
Look, FAKC, don't, hey, bro, you welcome here if you keep it respectful, but this back and forth with meeting up and all that shit, fuck that. That shit ain't happening here, man. I don't know how you do it in Kansas City if that's where you from, but where I'm from, we don't do that shit, man. Over fucking football, and ain't none of these teams paying us, but you acting like you getting a paycheck from the Kansas City Chiefs. Come on, bruh. Come on, kick back with that shit, man. Is you a youngster or what?
Yeah, man. Let's let it go, man. Let it go.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Hey, man. I'm a big fan of of Zamir White for sure. I want to see what he's gonna do. But
yeah, I'm already knowing because I'm right there with you. Because I'm like, now see, in a perfect situation, and this could happen also. Zamir and Josh is your 1-2 punch. Now that would be nice because I can see Kenyon
to
Drake.
be honest with you, I don't think it's going to be a 1-2 punch, man. I'm thinking they're going to be using every running back at their disposal. They're going to be using everybody.
I think they,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's.
But then or they might, or someone might get cut.
Here's another scenario that I really ain't touched on with the 53-man cuts. You get a lot of trades around that time too. You get people before they get cut. Teams want them to themselves and make trades for them. They don't want them hitting the open market and then all bidders is good. If they really want somebody, you can trade off good assets before you cut down to 53. That's another thing you got to look at because those were trades happen also. So if Zamir White comes out and beasted in the preseason because he's going to get all the carries, he's going to be made to look good or better than, you know what I mean? Because he's going to get all these carries in preseason, and that might make the decision for Ziegler and them what to do. Somebody might come along and say, hey, we got a second, third round pick for Josh Jacobs. If Zamir White shows that he can have, because don't forget, that's how Derek Carr won the starting spot. He wasn't the starter. Preseason, he won that shit. As a rookie, Carr was not the starter.
Yeah.
So if a quarterback can do it, I know a running back can.
I'm glad, damn, because I was not excited about Matt Schaub at
Man,
quarterback. Like what they almost were like kind of like, Carr, here you go.
he ain't for real.
They kind of, you know
For
what I'm saying?
real.
Because Matt Schaub was not going to be doing shit at that point of his career, to be honest with you.
Man, I'm about
But
to
yeah,
die.
man, it's getting close around that time. You know, I just wanted to stop by, show some love. You know what I mean? Talk some football. It's been a minute since I actually kind of been on it. I did a little bit yesterday, but wanted to stop
Yeah,
by. Seen that you went on and everything.
yeah. I usually go on the weekdays. I go on at 6 in the morning. I do a morning show, but this morning
Okay.
I was like, I was
You was
up, but I
dead.
was
You was
like,
like,
nah,
fuck that shit. You were like,
I'm gonna
no,
push
no,
it
no, no,
back.
no.
Yeah, I wait till I get up and do that shit. Hey,
Yeah.
Hefe KC gone. I 187 him. He ain't in the chat no more, y'all. I gave it to him. I don't like that shit. It's cool to clown around, but when you start trying to invite violence and fighting and all that shit, that sucker shit, especially in the chat. It's easy to be a keyboard warrior, but man, come on now. That's why I really don't fuck with no other team fan base, because they want to come in here and talk shit rather than talk football and facts. It's fine to do that, but I can't do that shit, man.
Hey, to be honest with y'all, man, it's gonna get crazier. It's gonna get crazy because right now
Man,
the Raiders haven't established their dominance yet. Once we start
it's
establishing the
coming.
dominance of this team,
It's
these
coming.
motherfuckers is gonna be coming into the chat like talking
Man,
hella shit, getting all mad, like fuck y'all, motherfucker,
fuck
because
y'all. Fuck y'all.
it's gonna
That's
get
why
real
Gruden
competitive.
got fired. Like, motherfucker, we got McDaniels now that whooped y'all ass. Hey, it's
Yeah.
going down. Hey, I got the backs of the nation, y'all. I got y'all. I got y'all. You know what I mean? You ain't got to worry. I'm a sniper from the window on the 31st floor. He gone. Ain't no Hefe KC. Oh, he cut out on me. All right, man. Hey, shout out to Farrell NFL, man. Thank you for pulling up on me, man. I'm about to cut this shit down too, y'all. But I appreciate all of you guys, man, for real. Hey, let the haters come, for real. Oh, he popped back up? Damn,
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought I said something wrong. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, shit.
you said something I didn't like, man.
Oh,
I had to cut real quick. You know what
hey,
I'm
sometimes my filter don't work, man. My
saying?
bad. My bad.
Nah,
Hey,
it's
but
all good.
yeah, I'm gonna shut this shit down, man. It was good to get on here with you guys. I know I done had people Fear the Nation was like, what happened to you this morning? You never late for a podcast. I had to get me some rest, man. I pushed the limits like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on my off days. So I'll be on it.
I
So
respect that, man. You on grind mode, man. I
man,
gotta get to your level. Your
no,
level is just
you good. You just got it's all
your consistency is unmatched, bro.
that's what it is. Key is consistency. And I
Consistency.
fell off for a minute about a year ago, but I'm back now, and I got the nation with me. You know what I mean? We ain't coming in here alone.
And
We
I
got
see you
everybody.
making adjustments too. I see some improvements. I see some. I like when I see people kind of upgrading their shit. You know what I mean? Because it got me like, ooh, I like that. I like that. I seen your little dope ass intro. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Shout
hey,
out to Digital
Digital
Press.
Press. Yep, we
Yeah,
worked on that shit, man. I had to
yeah.
come out with something different. I wanted to do something that like features the loony side of the fan base.
Mm,
I see, like, I seen people with the intros with the plays and shit of the Raiders, but I want to focus to the fan base.
yeah.
So that's what I had that whole thing, and plus being a horror movie fan, I had a little Poltergeist, The Ring,
Okay.
try to add that little aspect to it. So
Okay.
it came out dope. Hey, Digital
We
Press, if you watching this or will watch this, shout out to you, my guy, for real.
Hey, we probably need to get together with Dirty or something like that and have like because I know he had a little thing that we had going on where we used to stop by and then we talk movies or whatever. And I know you're a big you said a
Oh,
horror film, so
yeah, that was fun.
we
You
might need to
picked
talk about
picked the actors. Yeah,
the
hey,
top horror movies or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
whatever,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That shit is entertaining. It's all Raider related because it's Raider fans discussing it. That's as I said. This shit is so deep. We can take this in any direction we want to.
Yes, sir.
We want to. We don't have to just always talk football, but it could be Raider fans talking about other subjects as well. That's what it
Facts.
comes around. It's the fans, and we're
Right.
all one. Like I said, we're not better than anybody. And I always say this, guys, and I'm gonna say it again. Without you, there's no me, and without us, there's no nation. That's just how it goes. It don't matter if I'm a content creator or if I'm just a person that enjoys listening to content creators, put out their spiel on opinions and whatnot about the Raiders. It's all about Raiders, regardless. So, hey, yeah, Dirty definitely need to do that one. But I know Dirty schedule's probably kind of tight, with the new one and everything. So
yeah.
But yeah, man, that shit was fun when we did that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Shit,
late night breakdowns.
Man,
because I know he probably still got like some top 10. Because I remember we were doing actors and we stopped. There were some actors left because he said he got all the top actors and he put them in a bucket or whatever hat, something like that. And he just, yeah.
That was dope. But there's all kind of shit we could talk on. I'm saying tongue twisting ass shit. Like another thing is like hip hop. We can go over what is your best underrated hip hop albums of all time. Man, there's all kind of shit we can touch on.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
Okay. You trying to change it up real quick? You know what I mean? Okay.
All kind of shit. Like I said, it's the nation talking about it. I'm pretty sure people in the chat got an idea. What if they up on their hip hop? You know what I mean? I know you're up on movies, or we can go comedians, or it's all kind of shit. Hey, Dirty started that shit. Shout out to Dirty Raider. If you guys have not and don't know, Dirty Raider has a channel as well. Go subscribe and hit that like button for my brother as well. Like I said, we're all one nation. You don't have to just subscribe to one channel, 2 channels. Fuck it, do them all. Make the nation look good. So when people look like, hey, Raiders got YouTube on lock. You know what I mean? That's what we're trying to do. We got it on lock. We bring in all kind of subject matter, all different kind of opinions, all different kind of theories and knowledge to this platform that we call YouTube and the Raider Nation. And you guys are always included because you guys got beautiful ideas, comments that like, oh, I didn't even think about that. You guys play a big part in this shit. We do it for y'all too. So, like I said, we're not above anybody. We breathe the same air and we put our pants on one leg at a time, just like everyone else does. You know what I mean? I appreciate each and every one of you guys because you keep us going. Because if we didn't have nobody watching, what the fuck what we here for? You know what I mean? So shout out to y'all, man. Y'all the real MVP. Y'all the real MVP for real.
Facts, 100%.
But yeah, man, I'm about to shut this shit down, you guys. But shout out to everybody that did pull up. Special thanks to my guy, Pharaoh NFL. Like I said, go ahead and subscribe to his channel. You can find him on Instagram as well. Any other outlets you got also going with you, Pharaoh?
Hey, right now I'm pushing that YouTube, man. So if you haven't subscribed, man, go ahead and subscribe. The road to 1K continues. I got, you know what I'm saying, it's a special number, especially for a YouTuber. It's one of the hardest things to get. You know what I mean? Some people get it with ease, some people don't. But the grind continues. I'm back at it. You're gonna see more content coming from me. As soon as possible, pretty much. So go ahead, and if y'all haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to Pharaoh NFL, spelled PHAROAH NFL. And obviously I'm on social, same thing, same spelling, everything. But most importantly, go ahead and subscribe.
Right on. And if this is your guys' first time here with me, this is Raiders Allegiance. I am your host, Lunatic Raider. Please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and knock the hell out of that notification bell so you can be notified of all the content I release, even breaking news. And you do want to hit that notification bell because I got things in the works that will be debuted this season during the Raider home game. So keep your eyes open, keep your ears to the ground. And I'd like to thank everybody that was in the chat this afternoon on this morning show. Thank you. But once again, this is Raiders Allegiance. I'm Lunatic Raider. We're out.
Peace.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.